there's never an accident. It's a journey. Swamiji and I share many, not similar ideas, exactly the same ideas. And Prabhuji never failed to put great souls together to continue dharmic work. So Swamiji has been practicing for the last 20 years as a guru and a spiritual leader. He has helped many people internationally. And without any further hesitation, I would like to hand you over to Swamiji. Swamiji, Jai Sitaram and welcome.
Thank you, Sid. Jai Sitaram. With great love, great respect, I am happy to be here. I'm at Pandit Hari's temple, and to be able to present to you some knowledge and some amazing things about Hinduism that you might not have known as yet. And I'm not here to sell you anything, neither am I here to make you my devotee or make you my disciple. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to just inform you and just to let you know that our Hinduism is at some level where it can go down or it can go up. And the leaders of our Hinduism are our Pundits. Pundits and Swamis and Gurus are the leaders of our Hinduism. They're the ones who can take it up or take it down. Right now in the world, since 9/11, people have been looking closely at Hinduism because they lost their faith in many other religions. And when the destruction happened in 9/11, everyone turned to Hinduism and says, what is this about? And then yoga and meditation became very popular. In the last 10, 20 years, Hollywood has been presenting yoga and meditation as American yoga. Not Indian yoga, American yoga. Now let's take note. Okay, it should have been Indian yoga, not American yoga. But now it's going to be American meditation, American yoga, and now it's finally leading to hopefully American astrology, not Vedic astrology. And I think that our Hinduism, our Hindu constituents have been asleep, to tell you the truth. Because in this past 20 years, I have encountered universities, PhDs, masters in Vedic astrology, in Jyotish. Even though they knew very much, half of what our Pundits knew about Jyotish, they have now been given a degree for something they only know half of it. But you have to realize that our Hinduism is going backward now because of this. Because of our ego within our leadership, because of the fact that there's a lack of knowledge within our leadership. Hinduism now is being looked upon as something magical. And it's not magical. In fact, it's farther from that. And our Hinduism is very scientific. So the question is, if someone who's not Hindu, who's not Hinduism, ask you what is Hinduism, what would be your answer? And here's what would be my answer. I would say stop breathing. And he'll say why? I said, well, because air is God. And then I said, okay, if you stop breathing, you stop drinking water, you stop using the light, then you're not a Hindu anymore. Tell me who in this world does not need Lakshmi, Ganga, Vishnu space, Hanumanji air. And so when you really think of it, everyone is a Hindu. That's our Hinduism. Our Hinduism is the creative religion that is very scientific. Today, our kids cannot answer the question that way because they don't know who is Vishnu and who is Lakshmi. And they don't know that without Vishnu, there is no Lakshmi. Because without space, there is no light. Without light, there is no space. And that's the formula equal to mc squared. Now you know where Einstein got his formula. From Hinduism. Everybody talks about Einstein, but nobody talks about Dr. Satyendra Bose, who worked with Einstein to produce the E equals mc squared formula, which made the atomic bomb. You know? So we have lost the science in our religion. And because we have lost the science in our religion, for example, Saraswati is knowledge, and she is married to Brahma. Without knowledge, you can't create. So the two of them must be together. See? And you know, it's surprising that the whole of Hollywood knows about our Sheshnag. And Hindus still think we worship the snake. Our Sheshnag is when a man looks at a woman, goes to the brain, comes on the spine, that's called desire. But it's also the Kundalini, it's also the 7 chakras. And you have Angelina Jolie, and you have Steven Seagal, and all of these guys practicing Kundalini yoga and meditation from our religion. And they're still not mentioning it, that Hinduism is real. And this is because, I'm sorry to tell you, it's a lack of knowledge among our Pundits. Because we are not keeping up with the science of it. And that also leads to the lack of knowledge of the Yajman. So, in my 20 years of study, I have developed a lot of assessment of this Hinduism. I've experimented with it. You know, and those who don't know, but I'm also a physicist. I'm a graduate of New York University in physics. And when I went to study the physics, and I saw what Einstein and Newton was doing, I realized that they were doing Hinduism. When Newton saw the prism with the 7 colors, that's our Surya Devata. Surya has 7 horses, which is the 7 colors of rainbow. Long before Newton that was there. And then we have the Navagrahas, long before Galileo. You know? And so I realize now that our Hinduism is more scientific than we think. Right? Now what's the application of Hinduism? What is the purpose of Hinduism? And you know, long ago, when the rishis were roaming the earth, they developed this knowledge of the universe, which with this knowledge, you can know exactly how everything works. As I stand today, I can tell you, each one of you, when you're going to get sick, when you're going to die, when you're going to have problem with your children, when you're going to have problem with your husband, when you're going to divorce or when you're going to marry. I can tell you that instantly, right now, with your birth date. Now, that's the rishis, isn't it? The rishis were able to do that. And why they were able to do that? Because they saw the greatest science in the world of Hinduism. Now, very simple how it came. If you think of it, an apple comes from an apple tree. If the tree is rotten, what happens to the fruit? It's rotten too. If you are the fruit, who is the tree? Your parents. So therefore, you call it genetics, I call it karma. It's the same thing. Whatever the parents are doing at the time of the birth of the baby determines the karma of the child. And this is called Garbhadan Sanskar. Garbhadan Sanskar is very important to the Vedic astrology, to Jyotish. Because how the parents are going to be at the time of the birth is going to determine the future of the child. Right? If someone is born under Brahma, for example, person whose leadership, creative and so on, you'll find that mother was very lonely at the time of the pregnancy. If somebody is born under Durga, for example, they love people, they're very friendly, they connect, very kind to people, you'll find that mom and dad was like that during the pregnancy. And you will know in a moment what your parents were doing when I get to the board here. But the whole idea, if you know that, then you can change it. And this is what the rishis were faced with. Here are people who are born with what you call mool.